Hi, my name is Erica Pop.
And I'm Ashley Engelman, and this is why we flipped our classroom. So it was brought to our attention by the nurse education specialist that there was a high burden on the staff nurses regarding documentation, as well as the new nurse orientees were also feeling frustrated and overwhelmed with the different practices of documentation of their preceptors. So we thought that maybe this class would be a good benefit to kind of standardize the documentation throughout the whole hematology, oncology, and bone marrow transplant to help decrease that burden of not only the new nurses, but also of the seasoned staff nurses.
When we were brainstorming how we were going to provide this content, the flipped classroom was brought to our attention by one of our nursing education specialists over at St. Mary's Hospital. She really described it to us as a dynamic way of learning that really shifts the ownership from the teacher to the learner.
So when Erica and I were first brought up with this flipped classroom idea, we both were very unsure if this would even work. We tried to strive to have that work-life balance as staff nurses ourselves and not only our coworkers. So we felt that adding this pre-work onto their busy days being on the floor was just kind of a burden that they probably wouldn't even have time to kind of go over and kind of learn. A lot of our nurses too just are from a generation where they're used to having information handed to them versus having having them teach the information to themselves and then applying it when they get to the classroom. So we thought that maybe that was just another issue that we couldn't overcome, and if this flipped classroom would even work.
But the more that we looked into the flipped classroom and saw how it is having success in undergraduate and graduate nursing education, as well as the traditional educational system, the more that we saw that it really had a place within nursing professional development as well. Nursing as a profession has high integrity and high responsibility standards, and we should be responsible for our learning as staff nurses. In addition, nursing is a hands-on practice, so it only makes sense that our education is provided in an active, dynamic format. And then also, really the flipped classroom took the guesswork out of our education. We knew at the end of the day that the staff met our objectives because we saw them practice it when they left. We knew that they had understood and knew how to apply our learning. And in addition, they were thinking about it critically, thinking, how can I use this in my day-to-day practice? So that's why we flipped our classroom.